Okay, sir. The next chapter, chapter 3. The next chapter is chapter 3, which talks about prospectus and allotment of securities. Prospectus and allotment of securities. Wake up! Prospectus and allotment of securities. Recorded videos. Concentrate. Okay, sir. Now, sir, what do you mean by prospectus? What do you mean by prospectus, or what do you mean by allotment of securities? What is this chapter? We'll see. First things first, before starting this chapter, for your understanding, yeah, just write down laws applicable with respect to issue of securities. Sir, now first of all, what are the laws? What are the laws applicable with respect to issue of securities? Sir, now what is this? Guys, whenever we start a company, for that day, how much our money is required, we would have raised that much money. And going forward, as the business grows, we would need more and more money. So whenever we need more and more money, we will raise further capital. Meaning what? I will issue shares, I will issue debentures, whatever it is, however I want. I will give certain securities to the people, I will raise money from them. As long as I need money, I'll keep on raising this. This process continues. Now in this process, what are the laws I need to satisfy? To understand this, there are two types of companies, people. One is called as a listed company. Yeah, one is called as a listed company or public company. Public company in the process of listing. I hope you guys know that listed company and a public company by now are different. First day only we discussed that. So listed company or a public company which is in the process of listing. Sir, these two companies, if they want to raise money, if they want to raise further capital, initially we started with one amount. Now we want more. Now what to do? You need to follow certain laws, and that laws are Companies Act 2013 plus SEBI rules and regulations. So there are many laws with regards to listed company. You need to follow SEBI provisions if you are a listed company or a public company in the process of listing. For you people, for your understanding, write down, this is the case of IPO. If you want to bring an IPO, that is a case of IPO. Public company which becomes listed company, that is only IPO. So you need to follow SEBI as well as Companies Act. It's not that only SEBI. You need to follow Companies Act also. Now, if you people will have doubt, quite common and natural. Sir, what if Companies Act and SEBI says two different things? Stricter provisions and a specific law will apply. So you need to comply with SEBI. And time and again, MCA and SEBI tries to keep both in the same sense. But yes, there are certain cases where Companies Act says one thing and SEBI says one more thing. And such cases, you need to follow SEBI and not company law. If you are a listed company or a public company who is getting listed. Second one, if you are a private company. Now, when I say private company here, it includes everything. Your OPC, all nonsense, everything includes here. So, if you're a private company, then you need to follow Manasa Vacha Karmana, only one law, company law. Any doubts here? No. No doubts, all of you understood this particular basic thing, when to look into SEBI, when not to look into SEBI. Sir, what are we discussing? Wherever Companies Act word is there, we'll be seeing only that. Wherever SEBI is there, it is not in your syllabus. Clear? Pakka? Wherever Companies Act is there, you'll be seeing that. Wherever Companies Act not there, it is not there for you. So do not bother. Okay, introduction done now. Okay, sir, we understood. Now, sir, what is this process even called? Now, what is this further capital? What is this? How to do it? Yeah. If you want to raise a further capital, any company, you need to follow section 23. Sir, what does section 23 talk about? You guys can start writing. It talks about public offer and private placement. Public offer and private placement. Sir, now I got to know which law to follow. Now I want to raise money. How and all I can raise money? What are the different ways that is available for me to raise money? Now again, the bifurcation always starts with this: what if at all you want to issue of securities. Sir, now what do you mean by securities? Guys, securities word is very vast. It includes equity shares, it includes preference, it includes debentures, it includes bonds, anything. It is a vast. I hope you guys know the difference between a share and security. Whenever I use the word security, it includes all these instruments. It can be equity share, preference share, debentures, bonds, anything. There are even more. Yeah, but this much is sufficient for us. So securities word means, for our understanding, this is our securities. Okay, sir. So, sir, whenever I want to issue securities, when will you issue security? Whenever you need money. So, give and take policy, no? You need to give something and you need to take something. So, you're taking money, you need to give security. Okay, you're giving security. There are two people who can raise money. So, issue of securities by a public company is given under section 23 subsection 1. If at all issue is done by a private company, it is given under section 23 subsection 2. Sir, if at all a public company wants to raise money, so it is issuing securities. How and on it can issue securities? You can issue securities may issue securities through, there are four possible ways. First one is called prospectus or public offer. Prospectus or public offer. The second one is called as private placement. Third one is called as rights issue. Fourth one is called as bonus issue. So whenever a public company wants to issue securities, it can choose any of this following method to issue security. So it wants money, it decided to issue. How? There is a method, no? So you can use any of these four methods if you are a public company. Sir, if I am a private company, may issue securities, through rights issue, bonus issue, and private placement. So you can do a issue in these ways if you are a private company. So if you guys remember, private company does not have a public offer. Can anyone tell me why? A private company does not have a public offer option only. Why? Prohibition, sir. Section 2, subsection 68. See, everywhere it is there. Yes. Sir, now tell me, whenever I am doing perfect. Yes. Sir, whenever I'm doing public offer, what are the different ways I can do a public offer? You can do a public offer in three different ways. One is called as an IPO, initial public offer. If you want, you can write the full forms only. Initial public offer. The next one is called as FPO, further public offer. The last one is called as OFS, meaning offer for sale. Yeah, so this is the chart. So whenever a private or a public company wants money, it can issue securities, take money. Okay, how to issue? There should be a method. So a public company has 4 methods, a private company has 3 methods. Okay, sir. Let us see one by one. I'll tell you what are these basics, but few things are given in their individual section. Now, say for example, rights issue we'll be seeing under section 62, bonus issue section 63. So everything we have in their own places we'll be seeing in detail. But for now, I'll tell you what is what so that you'll not get confused. Sir, a public company may issue securities, first one, through prospectus. A public company. So IPO means what? IPO, guys, remember always, a unlisted public company. If you want, you can write under IPO. If you want, a unlisted public company. Unlisted public company getting first time a listed company. A unlisted public company getting converted itself. Chart is done. Chart is done. A unlisted public company getting itself converted to a listed company, meaning what? It is issuing the shares to the public at large for the first time, is called as IPO. What is IPO? A unlisted public company issuing shares to public at large for the first time. IPO. Sir, what do you mean by FPO? What do you mean by FPO? If you want, you do one thing. So you can write it under that IPO thing only. Yeah. So what is an IPO? IPO is basically where an unlisted public company is getting converted or issuing shares for the first time to the public. It is called as a IPO. Sir, what do you mean by FPO? Already existing listed company. So first time issue to public. Sir, what do you mean by FPO? You're already a existing listed company. You're already a existing listed company. Even a listed company also would want more money. So if they further issue shares, if they want to raise more money, so more money required. So they are raising further money. So more money required. So raising their further money. So what are they doing? They are further issuing shares. So an IPO, unlisted becoming listed. FPO, already a listed company. They are again issuing shares to public. This is called as FPO. So listed company only raising more money is called as FPO. Clear? All of you understood IPO and FPO part? Yes? Okay. As of now, OFS, keep it in, let us reserve it. Let us not discuss now. We'll discuss it later. Private placement also, let us not discuss it now. Let us discuss later. Sir, what do you mean by rights issue? What do you mean by rights issue? The name itself has, guys. Now say, whenever you are a shareholder, yeah, assume if at all you are a shareholder of say for example Arivu Pro, yeah. Now Arivu Pro is raising further money. It wants more money. So now what does the law say? Before you approach to an outsider, it is raising further capital. Before you go to an outsider, give a right to already an existing shareholder. If he wants, let him subscribe to more shares and let him only buy the shares. Why do you want to go to an outsider? You ask the existing shareholder whether he wants to buy. If he only wants to buy, then why do you want to go an outsider? What do you want? You want money. How does it even make difference to you from whom it is coming? So the law says a share issued to an already existing shareholder. It is his right as a shareholder to subscribe to more shares. It is a right to him. He as a shareholder, he has a right to subscribe to more shares. Why are you taking away that right? So that is the reason it is called as right issue. Raising money from already existing shareholders. You give him few more shares and take some more money. Such issue is called as rights issue. Any doubt? Clear? Simple. We'll be doing it in detail only. You have it. You have a section only on that, section 62. But as of now, clear what is rights issue? A rights issue, it is basically a right given to already a existing shareholder. If you want, write down that. Right given to already existing shareholders. To subscribe to more shares of company. Is this clear? Any doubt? Rights issue? Sir, what do you mean by bonus issue? That you guys only know. What is bonus issue? So bonus issue is a share given by the company without taking any consideration. Meaning what? In our no consideration involved. So basically, shares allotted to existing shareholders free of cost. There will be no money charged by you. Yeah, so they will say for whoever is holding 2 shares, you will get 1 share free of cost. Take. Yeah, so no consideration, absolutely free of cost. Yeah, so that is called as bonus issue. So in these ways, a company can issue securities to the members or public. So rights issue, bonus issue, same thing even goes here also. It's same. Private placement, let us do when we are doing that particular section. It is an in-depth section. Let us not club here. Is this clear, all of you? Any doubt so far? Clear? Okay, sir. Sir, now tell me one thing. We'll just write this and let us finish it off here. whenever you are doing a IPO or FPO, or basically whenever you're doing a public offer, yeah, how will the shareholders get to know that you are coming and issuing securities to them? And if they want to get to know some information, where should they refer all that? A company is giving a IPO or a FPO to the public, but how will the people know about the prospects of the company? How will they know what is the company into? What is the company's past? Yeah, all this is given under a document called as, when you join to your college, how did you know about your college? What did you know? What and all facilities are there? Whether it is a good college, whether this college has a placement cell. How did you know all that? Where did you refer? Ah, sir, there was a book given to us initially. Yeah, we paid for that also, if you remember. Yeah, it is called as Section 2, subsection 70. It is called as prospectus. Section 2, subsection 70, it is called as prospectus. Yes, all of you. Sir, what is a prospectus? Write down the definition. Any document issued as prospectus. So if you name it as prospectus an issue, it is called as prospectus. It includes shelf prospectus and red herring prospectus. Red herring prospectus. REDHERRING. Yeah, only three, Fatima. So any document and includes, and there is only one more. That's all. Or any notice or circular or advertisement or any other document inviting offer from public. Yeah, is called as prospectus. So, sir, what is prospectus? Any document, if you have issued it as a prospect, it is a prospectus. Prospectus includes shelf prospectus and red herring prospectus. It also says any notice, any circular, any advertisement, any other document by which you are inviting people, come apply for my shares. Now that any document, newspaper advertisement, paper advertisement, TV ad, anything, flyers, pamphlets, leaflets, anything. If you are inviting shares, you're inviting people to buy your share, that particular document will be called as prospectus. Sir, why do we need to know what is a prospectus? When we do certain more sections in this particular chapter, you will know why it is important to know what is a prospectus and what is not a prospectus. Is that clear? Yeah. So for now, let us stop it here. What is a prospectus? Yeah. So let us conclude our particular class here. And any doubts so far, people? No doubts, guys. And one more thing, I told you the first class only, if you remember, if at all, section 2 is always like a dictionary. Section 2 is always like a dictionary. You guys remember? So in a dictionary, how will the words be? Alphabetical order. You guys know to refer to a dictionary. You need to first look at the first letter, next the second letter, next the third letter. Yeah. So Section 2 subsection 68, Section 2 subsection 69. See, it says first one, it's a private company. Yeah. Second one, it says who is a promoter. It says what is a prospectus. It says what is a public company. See, if you know to look at the dictionary, first PRI, I comes first. So 2 subsection 68, remember that. 69, HIJKLMNO, so PRO comes second, so section 2 subsection 69. Section 2 subsection 70, now PRO, go to the next letter. Yeah, so it has already come here. So the next one is section 2 subsection 70, prospectus. Fourth one, PU. So first letter, everything same. So second letter, start looking for the next one. So PU, section 2, subsection 71. So in this way, you can remember all the 4 sections. All 4 are important. Clear? All of you? Private important, promoter important, prospect is also important. In public, deemed public is important. Yes, all of you? That is the one thing. So wherever possible, I'll be telling you to easy ways to remember the sections. So try to remember them. Yeah. So remember all this. Okay, guys. So for today, let us wrap it up.